I am in the studio today and I'm going to be painting on a project I've been working on for a little bit. So this is a paper mache hummingbird that I made. The body is made from like a crumpled up magazine ad. These are made from Pop Tart box, and then again just rolled up magazine here. And then I believe I put some wire in there too, also for stability. But yeah, and then I covered it all in masking tape and paper mache, and now it's ready to paint. So I'm gonna paint this today, and if I have some time, I might work on these little hearts here too that I did with little eyeballs. So we'll see. Let's get going. Hope everyone's having a good day, a good week so far. Alright, I got all my paints set up over here, so I'm just gonna play it by ear and see. So I think hummingbirds are kind of like a darker green. We'll see what this color does. Just a little bit there. I'm thinking of mixing a couple of different greens here. So this is a Christmas green, and then I've got like a Kelly green. If it's not all dried up and old. Let's see, can I get some out? Yeah, so I'm gonna mix these two and see how that goes. That's probably what I'll use for the body. Yeah, because I kind of want like an emerald type green for this. So I'm thinking like add this kind of dark Christmas green with this Kelly green, and maybe that'll do what I want it to do. How's everyone's anxiety doing? Mine has been through the roof. Absolutely through the roof. And so I figured, what better time than to come in here and paint and hang out with everybody. I'm really excited to start getting some paint on this guy. He's been sitting in my studio for a couple weeks or so now, and I just haven't really had the motivation to get in here and get to painting on it. But I figured, today's a good day to get going on this guy. Alright, so there's... Well, that looks really dark. But yeah. It's a lot lighter here than it is on camera. Let me see if I can... There's a setting here. Y'all still see me? Right? Nope, yeah, that still looks really dark. It's not as dark as all that, I promise. Alright, just gonna keep on trucking with the paint. I'm gonna wind up with green hands after this. It'll be like, do you remember, like when you were a kid, they had those Hulk hands that you could put over your fist and you like Hulk smash? I'll have green hands like that. I remember the Hulk hands. That's so funny. Really, you think about it, that's like just you're handing your kids a weapon to beat up, to beat up their siblings with, if you think about it. Like, that's terrible. Yeah, so I'm putting together like a paper mache art piece that I'm doing. So I've painted a background, but I think it's kind of too big. So I'm thinking of redoing it on a smaller, like wood board. And then I'm going to put the hummingbird in it. And then there's going to be flowers that I made. So that's what I'm working on right now. I have another art piece that I did, a couple art pieces actually that I've done in paper mache recently. If y'all want to go back through my videos and check those out. So I have a paper mache llama, And then I did a heart with wings. So y'all go check those out. They turned out pretty cool. The heart with wings is on exhibition right now at a place called Poured, Poured, in Mansfield, Texas. So if y'all are in the area, go get you some bubbly and check out the art. Make a day of it. Go chill with your ladies or significant other. Check out some art. It's a really cool place. It's like got really good vibes. I liked it there. And I don't drink wine or anything. I don't drink. So, but I still thought it was really nice. Kind of a moody, swanky, really nice place. That's where it's on display right now. Until April. I think mid-April it's gonna be there. But how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, I was talking about anxiety a while ago, and art's kind of my go-to. It really helps get my mind off of what I'm panicking about. So if y'all aren't into doing art, yeah, maybe give it a try. Alright, so it's coming along. Might need a couple of coats of the green. We'll see. I've noticed when I paint that green is kind of transparent, so you might have to do like, I might usually have to do like a couple of coats of green or more just to get it covered properly. And it's the same with red. Red does the same thing. It's kind of just transparent. Alright, these wings will open up a little bit, so I'm going to open them up and paint in there. I really enjoyed working on paper mache. Like, I put it off for a long time because I was like, man, I just don't know if I can do it. I just don't know. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this not knowing. How do I remedy that? Just do it. Just go for it. And if it sucks, it sucks. You know, you learn, and if you keep at it, you'll do better. So, I just went for it. So now, up there on the wall, you see that it's a bubblegum blowing llama. And she's made out of paper mache. And I do have a video of her up if y'all want to see that. She turned out really cool. So I made her a crown out of watercolor paper, and then I covered it in like paper mache stuff. And it's got jewels on it, like crystals. It has actual crystals on her crown. So she got a fancy crown. Yeah, of course I named her Bubbles because, you know, she's blowing a bubble. Seemed right. So Queen Bubbles. Man, this morning, so last night I didn't get much sleep. I knew that there was like bad weather coming our way, and I get like severe weather anxiety from trauma from when I was a kid with bad weather. And so I didn't sleep much last night. I was like one eye open basically. And 5 o'clock, the alarms, the sirens go off, and I'm like, I jump up so quick. And I grab my phone, and it says tornado warning, which means usually that means there's a tornado in your area and you need to go seek shelter. So we hunkered down in my son's bathroom in the bathtub, and I had like a full-blown massive panic attack last night. And then this morning I had to go to the doctor for my checkup. So it's been a day. And I just wanted to come in here and try and feel better. Anxiety, PTSD is no fun. 0 stars. I don't recommend. Okay, I don't know if there's like coloring on the chin or not. I'll have to like pull up a hummingbird picture. I know that there's like they have like red on their chest. So I probably won't cover the whole chest area in green. So this is what we got so far. The thing about acrylic is it dries usually pretty quickly, so my hands actually aren't turning all green like I thought they might. Maybe a little green, but not as bad. Did y'all get any bad weather where y'all are at? I'd seen on the news that there was like a RV park that had like the trailers, the motorhomes were like all turned over and blown apart, and there were injuries for sure. And so people were, they had EMS out there and everything. And of course then there's like warehouses that are blown apart and 18-wheelers overturned. So it was a rough night. It was a rough night. Well, I mixed just the right amount of green to get it completely covered. Go me! Usually I'll make like too much or too little. And then it's like, come on. I did it just right, so yay me. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed everyone's comments. Let me look. That's gross. None of your business. Yeah, ew, right? That is messed up. Alright. No bad weather here. Yeah. Well, good. No bad weather. That's a good thing. Alright. Yeah, the sun is out now, but it's windy as all get out. They're saying that there could be, actually there is like a very high risk of wildfires today now, so that sucks. I don't know if I like this one. What's next? I have it on a DMCA free playlist, so it's not like music I know, but it keeps the copyright police off my trail. I think that's a pretty cool looking hummingbird. Alright, I'm gonna pull up a picture of a hummingbird real quick. I want to get it fairly accurate. Doesn't have to be completely. Alright, green hummingbird. Oh yeah, some of them have blue. I need to put red chest, because that's what I'm going for. Red chest. Alright, let's see what that pulls up. Okay, so like right in here is the red. And then they've got like a white tummy. So I did alright with that. I just need to get the red. Oh, there's a pink one too. Kind of pinky. That's cool. Alright, so I've got some red here. Red apple. I just gotta rinse my brush. And then we'll add some red paint. If y'all could report that comment, I'd appreciate it. I don't know how that works. I haven't done too many of these lives. I'm just getting used to them. If there's a way for me to do it, let me know. But yeah, I'm not gonna tolerate that weirdness. Come on. Let's see if I can go back and yeah, I can report it. Now it's not visible anymore, so that's good. And then add as moderator. Whoops. No. No, thank you. Alright. Well, let's see how this red goes. I want to see too. I might have some metallic red that I could mix with it. Because I do want it to be kind of shimmery. Let's see if I can find it. I usually have it like just turned right. I don't even see it. Where the heck would it be? Maybe I ran out. Well, I have some gold. I wonder if mixing it with gold would make it shiny. Let's see. Just like a hint. A hint of gold. Okay. Yeah, I think it did make it metallic. So cool. That might just work. Thank you. How have you been? Hadn't seen you in a while. I miss TikTok, right? I know, I could go back. I don't know, I kind of just took a stand to not go back. So, I miss my TikTok friends. But I'm glad to be over here and making new friends too. It seems like the red just kind of comes like across, so I'm just gonna do that. What do y'all think so far? Holy cow, how did that happen? Oh my gosh, I hope you're doing better. Yeah, so the red is just kind of like here. Okay, I think we're good. So I think I'll just paint the beak now. Yeah, it totally did. Yeah, everything that was going on, it just didn't feel good to go back. So I was like, I actually left before the ban took place. And I just haven't been back. My views, like a lot of people over there were saying, you know, things were being, much more, I don't know, moderated. I don't know how to explain it. Just, they weren't getting the views like they were before. And it was the same with me. Like, it was very weird. And then you had to be really careful what you had to say. Or, you know, you'd get banned or whatever. And it was ridiculous. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to leave, you know. Why would I stay where I'm not necessarily welcome? So I'm just going to go. Oh, wow. I had something not, I don't want to say similar, but it was like, oh man, a couple years ago or so. I had bent down to push in a drawer of my dresser, and all of a sudden I see like this red dot in my vision. And evidently I had burst like a blood vessel. And I went to like an emergency eye doctor and everything. And he's like, well, it looks like it should heal on its own. And luckily it did. It took a couple of weeks or so, but he was like, no driving, you know, and just take it easy. And but it was scary. Anything with the eyes is scary, right? Because we don't want to lose our vision, especially as artists. We're like, no, not cool. But a detached retina, my gosh, that had to be so scary. I'm so sorry that happened to you. But I'm glad that you're on the mend. Yeah, the water's kind of gross looking now, but you can see the metallic flakes in it. That's funny. So if y'all are in a pinch with paint, if you don't have metallic paint, other than maybe like gold, you can put gold in your paint evidently and it'll make it metallic. So there you go. Feeling that out today. Yeah, I see a little bit of shimmer in it. So cool beans. How long did they say it'll take for it to heal up before you can get back into doing art? Alright, let me see. The color of the beak is black. Okay, I was going to do a brown, but it looks like it's black. Okay, so we'll do a black beak then. Maybe I'll do like black and then mix brown in it. So then it's not just like a flat kind of. Let's see, just a little bit of brown. Oh no! I said a little bit of brown and it just like exploded everywhere. See? Oh well. Alright, so I'll just take some. I'll mix some of this black with all of this brown. No, just a portion of the brown. Sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches. Things happen. Don't freak out. Just kind of go with it. Alright, so I'm just mixing some of this brown with this black. Maybe it won't be like as like black, you know what I mean? Like it's not so dark. If that makes any sense. Yeah, it seems to be lightening it a little bit, so yay! Alright. Holy cow. Wow. That's amazing what they do for the eyes, right? Like, I have macular degeneration, and I haven't really been affected by it yet. I've got the dry macular degeneration. When it turns wet, that's when you start having problems. It hasn't turned wet yet, knock on wood. But when it does, they have like shots that they'll put in your eye, and that's supposed to help keep it from progressing, I guess. Which I sure as heck don't want a shot in the eye, but I also don't want to lose my eyesight. So I guess I'll have to do it when the time comes. Yeah, I actually had a TikTok friend. She goes by Fat Shadow, is her name, and she has macular degeneration also. And hers did turn wet in one of her eyes, and she has to go get shots like every, I don't want to say every week, but like every month, I think she has to go do that. Alright, so there we go. I don't know. What do y'all think? I'll have to do the eye too. So I'm going to get a finer tipped brush for that. But I want to make sure that all of the white that was underneath is all covered up. So I'm just going to go back through and make sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, when they told me don't drive, I was like no. Right? Because I have to pick up groceries and I do all of that, and then I'm not being able to drive was like really crummy. I hated it. Thank you. Yeah, you know, as an artist, we kind of get in our own heads about our work, and we're like, A lot of times, what I'll do is like I'll be doing something, and I'll be like, I'm not sure, I don't know, and then I'll like leave it for a few days and come back and be like, you know what was I thinking? It's actually pretty good. So sometimes you just got to walk away from it to appreciate it better, I think. Ugh, that stinks. Well, I hope that you get a quick recovery and can drive soon. And start doing art again. I know how much you love it. I love your aliens that you do. That you had that one alien. I think it was flowers, and it was like doing the peace sign. I friggin' love that alien that you did. So cool. Alright. Do little eyes now. The trick is going to be trying to get them lined up on each side of the head perfectly. I can't believe I got all that brown paint. It just went everywhere. Thank God I got it just on the plate and nowhere else. That would have really stunk. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, no, no. Don't want the brown paint to infiltrate the black. Alright, what I might do is get a pen. Let's see, I have a white pen here. I'm try and line up where I want the eyes first before I get to painting. Maybe like right there. Let me look at the picture. I want to make sure I put them in the right place. Okay, so they're actually a little bit further back than where I put it. Yeah. So maybe more up here a little bit. Okay. I'm thinking right there. Okay, well, let's see. Let's get going and see how it goes. Yay, I can't wait to see him. I just love your aliens. They're so cute. Just kind of wiggling the brush a little bit. So there's one down. Let's see if I can do the other one just like it. No pressure, none whatsoever. Okay, that one's bigger on the other side, so I'm gonna add a little bit more paint. I mean, it's not perfect, but I don't think it's horrible either, so that's something, right? Alright, so there's an eye, and there's an eye. I know it's kind of in shadow, but yeah. Alright, so what we'll do is let those dry, and then I can like put in highlights, that kind of thing. Get a good look at this hummingbird here. So I know it's not exactly the same, but you know, you kind of just do what you do. It's an interpretation of a hummingbird. It's not exact. Especially with like the longer beak that I did. It's kind of just an interpretation of. I might put some brown on that black though. I'm not feeling that black. It does seem a little dark, doesn't it? On the beak. So again, just an artist's interpretation can do little tweaks like that. Alright, so my brush is kind of wet from being rinsed, and I'm just gonna kind of gently put some of this brown on there, kind of lighten it up a little bit. Okay, just wet the brush some more, come back over. So it's kind of just a wash. I'm not doing like a thick coat of paint. I'm just doing kind of like a wash of brown paint over the black. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Thanks for chatting me up. Sometimes, you know, you do these lives and nobody talks, right? Or they're just popping in and out, which is fine. But it is always really nice and super appreciated to be able to talk to somebody. It's not as lonely. I hope just hanging out with me, listening to some chill music, and you know, maybe getting some arty ideas helps you feel better. If you're struggling with some anxiety, I know I am. So that's why I came in here and decided to paint and hang out with y'all today. Well, I definitely appreciate you chatting. Thank you. Yeah, if I go into a live, I'm you know, gonna chat. But you know, of course, also just being an artist who does these lives, I get it. You know, it kind of helps. You know, the creator. Not only does it help with like their algorithm stuff, but it helps them feel better, like they're not so alone. I don't know if y'all can hear the wind. It is like really going out there. Alright, I don't know if y'all can tell. It's a little bit lighter. Probably not the best lighting for this, but yeah. It's not as dark black as it was, so there's that. Thank you. Yeah, maybe when the weather gets nice again, maybe I'll go out to the park and do some watercolor paintings like I used to do. I would go out live and paint in the park, and that's how I got like a bunch of my TikTok followers. I would live stream from the park and just hang out and talk, and it was really nice. The trick is to try to not go on windy days though, because all they hear in the microphone is wind. It's not fun. But other than that, yeah, it was really nice. I always enjoyed going out to the park and painting. Alright, that's not as black. Alright, so the plan is, what I'm gonna do is, here, let me show you. I got these wood boards that you can paint on, and the plan is to use the back side. So I'm gonna paint, like a whole scene in here, and then I'm gonna put the hummingbird like that, something like that, and then I'm gonna have these hearts. I'm gonna make them into flowers, and yeah. So that's the piece that I'm working on right now. So it's like the hummingbird is gonna like poke the eyes out of these flowers. I know it's weird, but it is what it is. That's art. You can be as weird as you want and get away with it. So yeah. Yeah, I hope it turned out good. So there was when I was in high school, I had drawn in, I want to say it was in pencil. I drew like these flowers, and they had like faces, and there were hummingbirds all around, just swirling all around, and I named it "You'll Poke Your Eye Out," and like the hummingbirds are coming after the flowers. One of the flowers is like ripping itself from the ground trying to get away. And that was something I did back in high school, so it's kind of loosely based off of that. I know it's weird, but it is what it is. Alright, I'm just going to throw this plate away, because that brown is like all over the place. Alright. So we'll just let this guy kind of mellow. And I think I'll just start painting some of these. So I'd also made like flower petals out of masking tape. And the plan is to put them on the hearts back there and make them into flowers. That's the plan. See. We'll see if my plan comes together. So maybe for that board I might do like 3 flowers. So I think I'll paint these hearts. I have an even bigger one. So I don't know, I could do like the big one. Oh, I don't know. I'll just do that. I'm gonna do that. Alright, so since they're flowers, they might have like yellow centers, that kind of thing. So I'll have to get some yellow. Let's see. Let's see, I got some jack-o'-lantern, apricot, and yellow. Maybe do some apricot and yellow. See how that goes. Yeah, it was good to catch up. I hope you have a good day, and I hope you heal up soon. Good to see you, though. Thanks for stopping by. Take care, honey. I plan on adding some metallic kind of sheen to this guy too, but I'm just going to let it dry first before I do that. Alright, so I'm just going to mix this apricot and this yellow and do like kind of an orangey yellow. Oh, I don't want to leave the brush sitting in the water. You don't want to do that. It'll tear up your brush, like the paint finish of the handle. So, I've learned that the hard way. I'm like, oh, I'll just leave them overnight. It'll be no big deal. It's a big deal. You could damage your brushes, so that is no bueno. Alright, got it mixed up. It's kind of an orangey yellow. Let's get this guy going. The trick is to not paint the eye itself. So just have to be really careful where I apply paint there. Just go kind of slow and do even strokes. Yeah, it's kind of a mustard yellow now that I think about it. That's okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what color I'll paint the flowers petals. I'll probably do red. We'll see. I did kind of like I want to say like maroon, kind of maybe even a burgundy on the, because I had recreated the drawing that I did into an actual like canvas painting, and I believe those are the colors I used for it. I'll have to share that painting sometime. I have it stored away right now. How did I get paint on my... Look. Did y'all see me do that? I don't know how I did that, but I did. That's okay. It happens every time I paint. I make a mess. But that's, that's part of the fun too. Get a little messy. It's fun. As long as you don't get it on your clothes. I hate when I get paint on my clothes. Like, that's not fun. What is with this music? I don't like that. We went to IKEA the other day. Do you like IKEA? I always feel like it's a mad dash through there, though. Like, my husband doesn't like to linger. Like, he wants to go to IKEA, but he doesn't want to linger. And it's like, come on, dude. I want to look at stuff. And he just, like, it's always a mad dash. But I went for, like, some kitchen stuff. I wanted to get some bowls and, like, utensils. That kind of thing. You can really hear that wind going outside. Yeah, it was not fun waking up to a weather siren outside and my phone going off saying tornado warning. That was not fun. I hate waking up like that. But I'm really grateful for those warnings. Because you never know. Could be bad. Alright. So there he is with his blue eye. Okay, on to the next. This is a little guy. If I had little fake eyelashes, that might be kind of cool for these too. Something I might add. Something to think about. Yeah, for my paper mache llama up there, she's actually wearing fake eyelashes. I think it just added a little something, you know? Who knows, I might do that with these guys too. I'll have to order some though, I don't have any on hand. I used to be a photographer. Like, that's what I did before I got into my art seriously. I had a little photography business, and I would do, like, weddings and, like, engagement photos, senior pictures, things like that. Even, like, family pictures. And, I remember I would work with some models, too, and take pictures for them. And it was always cool to work with like makeup artists and see the things that they could do. That was always fun. So talking to fake eyelashes, it made me think of that. It was really fun collaborating that way. You know, trying to come up with something cool, some sort of cool subject content, you know, for the photographs. It was always fun to do that. Like one time, I had the model. She was like in this golden type gown, and her makeup was like green and yellow. And then in the tub, floating all around her, were like lemons and limes. It was actually really cool. That was a lot of fun. And there was another time that I was taking pictures at a lake with a model that I worked with quite a bit, and I actually fell into the lake, and I was holding my camera, and I tell you, that camera did not get wet. It was like I was in the water, but that camera did not hit the water. And the model was like, "Oh my god, I'm so impressed that you didn't get that camera in the water." I'm like, they're not cheap. So I was like, yeah, this camera was not gonna hit the water. I really enjoyed being a photographer. I like doing the senior portraits for teenagers. That was fun. Talking to them was always fun. Um, so there was this one time, uh, the one of the people had come to take. She wanted me to do her pictures. She brought her boyfriend, and typically people didn't do that, but she did. And he's trying to chat me up and stuff. And he's like, "Well, what kind of music do you listen to?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I like '80s music." And he went, "Oh, so oldies?" And I'm like, "What?" And it turns out they were playing '80s music on the oldies station. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so old." It made me feel ancient. And that was probably around 2006, 7, something like that, maybe even 8. I was like, oh my god, they're playing the old, 80s music on the oldies station. I felt like a dinosaur at that point. That was fun. People would want their pictures taken in the blue bonnets and stuff like that. And I always enjoyed that. That was really fun. But I'd gotten thyroid cancer in 2011, and I just was too weak and didn't feel good after all that, so I couldn't do photography anymore. I had to hang it up. But, I started to lean more into my art with painting and, things like that. So, I miss it a little bit. I really enjoy what I'm doing now. Yeah, there was a dress designer that I got to work with, which was cool. And he already had like models lined up and in the dresses that he wanted and everything. And I got to do pictures that way with them, and it was really cool. That was fun. All right, so there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and these guys will be flowers at some point. But right now I'm just going to let them dry. I'm going to get to work a little bit more on this hummingbird. Covered in paint. Yeah, after my son was born, my husband had gotten me like a digital camera. And I was just kind of hooked. I'd always wanted to be a photographer, but didn't have like any equipment or anything like that. Had no formal training in it. And so he got me a camera, and I just taught myself. And just went from there. I really enjoyed it. Alright, so I've got this green metallic here. It says color shift. And I'm going to put that over top of this green here of the hummingbird. just to add a little bit of something to it, you know? Okay, we gotta get the paint down. Oh, don't tell me you dried out. Okay, it didn't dry out. It's just way down in there. Okay. Put some here. Maybe dilute it a little with some water. That'll help it stretch a little further anyways. And there's some in the cap too, so that'll help. Okay, a little bit more on the brush. Over here, squiggle it around. Alright. Just come in here and do a little bit of an overlay, kind of a wash of this green. So it's not just like this kind of bland, plain green. There's going to be a little something, something to it. So, see, a little bit of a sheen. I think that's going to be nice. Nice. Yeah, can you believe this is made out of like magazine, torn up magazine pages, Pop-Tart box, and masking tape. And then I covered it in tissue paper after that. That's what this is made out of. I love taking basically what you would consider like nothing and making it into something. I think that's so fun. Like I look at this and don't think, oh, Pop-Tart box. You know? It's always cool to be able to surprise people like that. They're like, you made that out of that? It's like, yes. I always think that's fun. Wish that wind would settle down outside. I don't know how long it's going to be windy like that. But they're saying it's going to be a wildfire danger, so that's not good. Yeah, it's definitely adding some dimension to it, just adding a little bit of a wash of this metallic green. I went to the doctor this morning for a checkup, and that's the pharmacy saying, hey, your medicine's ready. So, if y'all are wondering, like, what is that? That's what that was. Pharmacy saying, come pick up your meds, fool. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's looking good. I'm just gonna be a little careful going around the black dot that I made for the eye. Just gotta kind of slow down and around that area. We're not trying to cover the black dot because that's his eyeball. What do y'all think? I think that definitely adds something to it. It's not so boring, you know, not so plain. Just a little bit of sheen, which is nice. Alright, and the plan is to definitely leave that, like, this part white, because that's, you know, more typical of a hummingbird that looks like this. And there is just a little bit slight sheen in the red. What I'll probably do is take some Mod Podge and seal it all in, so it'll be even, you know, just a little bit more of a sheen to it. And it'll help seal in that paint as well and protect it from dirt and, you know, stuff like that. Alright, but I think that green is done. That's looking good. And I didn't realize I was out of the red metallic, so I'm going to have to get some more of this metallic and more red too. So, mental note, gotta do that. Alright, let me rinse my brush and I'll do a little highlight on his eyes. Hey! Oh, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. My day started rough, but it's getting better, so can't complain too much anyways. Well, I'm gonna need that. So I'll go back to my finer tip brush for the highlight. Yeah, and you kind of want to shake up your acrylic paints because sometimes they'll separate from, like, I guess the water that's inside, and so the paint and all that'll like separate, and yeah, so you shake it up and it mixes it back up. Alright, let's see about doing a highlight on these eyeballs. Probably put the highlight kind of like towards the back top area. Kind of just reflect where the light is coming from. Just gonna kind of try and do a little, just a little dot. There. There's a little dot. And let's see if I can match it on the other side. It's kind of tricky. Ooh, light flickered. There. It's another little highlight. Alright, what do y'all think? Little paper mache hummingbird. This is the first time I've ever sculpted a hummingbird out of anything. Sometimes I'll sculpt in polymer clay, things like that, but I wanted to try something new, and so paper mache is new for me. And here we go. One of my first ever paper mache pieces, and definitely my first hummingbird. Not too shabby. I am pleased with how that turned out. Alright, and if you're wondering what these guys are made out of, they're kind of like a paper mache type clay. So like a paper pulp. You mix it with water, and then you can sculpt it. And then listen to this. They get like really hard. But yeah, I left the backs blank because I will be gluing them to a piece of wood when it's all said and done. So I got these, and I will be doing like flower petals to go with them. So I'm gonna have to paint these at some point, and then affix them somehow back there. So there's gonna be flowers, and then the hummingbird is gonna come in and be over the flowers like that. But I think what I want to do right now is add some depth to these, and maybe add, a little bit of different color to them along their edges. Just give them a little bit of depth. Alright, so these are yellowy orange. What color could I use? I might do a pink. I think I might do a pink. For fun, why not? Let's see, that pink parfait. I think I might do pink parfait. We'll do that one. Pink parfait. That was my chair, not me, I promise. Let's see how the pink goes with this. Yeah, and then the petals, I'll do like a darker kind of pink. Maybe more of a reddish pink. I wish I had like an airbrush kind of kit. This might look better with airbrushing, but I'm just gonna work with the tools I've got, which are my hands and my brushes. So. But airbrushing might look kind of sick on this, I bet. So a little bit of pink along those edges. So it breaks it up just a little bit. Gives it a little more interest, I think. Yeah, this is going to be a really weird project, really wild kind of art piece. But, I decided that that's what I want to do. You only get the one life. Why not do the weird stuff if you want to do it? Yeah, and if y'all want to go back through my videos, you can see the paper mache llama that I did up here. It's a bubblegum blowing llama. She's a queen, so she's wearing a crown that has actual crystals in it that I made recently, so there's videos of that up. And then I did another art piece where it's a heart with wings, if y'all want to go check that out. And that one's actually on exhibition right now. And I know I said this earlier, but this is for everyone who's just come in. An art exhibition right now. So that's really cool. Really excited about that. Alright, so there's the little one. A little bit pink up in there. yeah, I joined an art group, and you still have to like apply to get into these exhibitions. They still curate it. They still have to choose you. So you may enter and not even get in. But to be a part of the group is nice because, you know, you get to meet other artists and it's pretty cool. So yeah, they had put on an exhibition called Dreams, and the piece that I had created was a heart with wings, and on the piece itself it says, "In my dreams I'm free," and it got accepted. So it's in the exhibition right now. It'll be on exhibition until I think mid-April. Really, really excited I got into that one. Yeah, and the lady who curates the exhibitions and all that, she's like, "Are you gonna do more pieces like this?" She's like, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about it." So I think she really enjoyed it. So that was cool. Alright, so there's another little, like, pinky edges. Alright, so what I think I might do now is get like the darker pink I was talking about and do even more of an effect around it. This is kind of my go-to pink that I like to use. It's called Honeysuckle Pink, and it's by Apple Barrel. So I use Apple Barrel paints to paint with when I do acrylic. I'm not even gonna rinse my brush because it's pink, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, so right where the petals are gonna be, like towards the back here, is where I'm gonna do this darker pink. Just kind of dab it along the edge like that. See? That's funny, and I was just thinking the other day, is like, you know, I started doing videos of my art and, you know, posting them and everything around the pandemic, you know, and I was just kind of awkward with it, like almost like a car salesman, because I didn't know how to, I don't know, it was awkward, like I've never done anything like that before. And I remember my son giving me a pep talk. He's like, "Mom, just talk like you're talking to me," and it helped a lot. So I'm sitting here all these years later, and I'm just talking to y'all, you know, just hanging out. And I'm glad I pushed myself to, you know, just get started. Because now here I am all these years later hanging out with y'all and creating art and having fun. I love it. Uh-oh. Dog's barking. It's probably... He likes to bark at squirrels and stuff, so... Or cats. He'll bark at cats. Alright. Yeah, and I'm thinking of getting like fake eyelashes and adding fake eyelashes to these guys too. So that might look really cool, I think, to do that. So I'll have to order some and wait for those to come in. Because there's like a specific kind that I like, the look of them that I like. I've used them on 2 of my sculptures already. So the paper mache llama has those eyelashes, and so does a polymer clay llama that I did, has the same lashes. It's just kind of a flowy, nice look to them. And so that's probably what I'll get again for these guys. And since they're such different shapes, you know, like smaller, varying sizes and whatnot, I'll have to cut them to shape. Cut them to size. Alright. Alright, I'm going to rinse that brush. And I think I might even get like a darker kind of orange. And just kind of dapple all around the eye. Just so it's like, you know, more detail and not looking so kind of bland and boring. Alright, let me grab that. See what we got. I do have a darker orange here. Let's see. I might grab a couple just in case. Harvest orange and dark orange. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Alright, there's still some paint in there, so yay! Hey puppy, what you doing? Do you want to say hi to my dog? Alright, let me turn the camera around. Oh no, I got paint on my face. That's funny. Never done that before. Alright. Say hi, puppy. Hi, what you doing? You say hi to everybody's. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. His name's Ray. He's a handful, but we love him. It was funny that the paint, when I shut the lid, it just like, okay, never done that before. That was funny. Alright, so I'm just gonna dabble a little bit. Just like that. I don't want to put too much paint on the brush because I don't want to overpower the color underneath. Just kind of dabble it around a little bit. Like, hello, can you see? It doesn't want to focus. Again, thank y'all for hanging out with me today, and I hope this helped you feel better if you're struggling with anxiety like I am. Just kind of, you know, coming into the studio and hanging out with y'all and creating some art usually helps me to feel better. Just put on some chill music and just create, and it helps me get out of that headspace, you know, of like worry and panic. So I hope this helped y'all too. And I really do appreciate y'all hanging out. Liking and subscribing and commenting, all that. I appreciate it all. It's like focus. There we go. One more to go. And then you see my old lady arm skin. you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. You know, I was talking earlier about when I had thyroid cancer. When they took my thyroid, my skin kind of just went bleh. And now I've got like the little water wings. Can't help it. It's just what happened. That's life. Stuff happens and you got no control over it. Alright. Alright, so I think those are pretty much done. All I'll need to do now is just get the eyelashes and put them on and everything. And so I showed y'all earlier the pieces of wood that I'm gonna paint also. So I have to put the scene on and do all of that. But I wanted to get these pieces done, you know. And then that way when I get the background done, I can just put them on. So that'll be fun. So the flowers, the plan is I have these dowels. So I'm gonna have the flowers kind of like this, and then I'll have the dowels painted, and then I'll show you. So let's just imagine that is the flower, and then I'm gonna put these, I'll paint these petals so it'll have flower petals, or leaves I should say, and then these are the petals that'll go all around the flower, and they'll also be painted as well. So I do have a ways to go on this project, but thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. It was good to see everyone, and I really enjoyed chatting and hanging out. Thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care, and I'll see y'all soon. Please check out the link in my profile. I have shops and art tutorials available, and it's really appreciated. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone, and have a great week. I'll see y'all soon.